story.
Tell them about the time
If I may
Tilly
tell
went
the-
to show a calf for you and she stopped to talk to a little calf while she was short and the calf stood up all cowhopped and you lost out on a deal. Tito come home walking on his bottom lip because Tilly stopped at the wrong time with the calf.
Well, we have to have Tilly tell that one. My little story was going to be about the fact that you asked when he started. I'll let you know when the last cow left this property. We got a call one night, we were in bed, and it was the Causeway Police. And they said, Mr. Smith, we want you to come down and get your cow because she's trying to cross the causeway without paying $1. I think it was the next day Peter hauled out 3, and that was instead of putting up a new fence. He figured the fence cost more than buying milk.
Mr. Vernon? Tito didn't go far enough back with the dairy business. Our daddy had a dairy. I don't know exactly when it was opened. But I know as the kids grew up, we graduated from the shovel and the wheelbarrow to milking. And Mama or someone would teach us, break us into milking. I remember when I was broken in doing fig season. And they picked a bucket of figs and set me out and dumped them out and set me out to milk. And before I got through all the milk it curdled. They gave me an old dry cow, drying up, and before I got through the milk it curdled. That's when you milk slow. But I graduated.
Big milk.
But I don't know how long when my daddy started, but when Tito started, I think he went out of business. Oh,
Yeah, he'd gone out of business.
he'd gone out of business. He died in '48. Went out of business right through that.
Before Pito got started, George Beerhouse had a dairy.
And
Julo Conaby had a dairy. Albert Hendricks had a dairy.
Dylan Snyder,
Bill Smiley,
Bill Davis.
Bill Davis. We have,
God, I didn't realize we had
we have about
milk
6
around
cows
here.
we
I hated it.
milk. So we had a lot of milk.
And
It was drowned in
in
it.
those days, milk was selling a nickel a
Oh,
quart,
God.
cream cheese a nickel, and all the cream you could get if you good customer, you got a 6 for a quart cream cheese.
well, Papa never did sell milk. He didn't give a lot away, but we got 15 cents a quart for it the whole my life. Because when I saw it wholesaling, I wasn't getting that much.
I remember one time when Papa was delivering the house-to-house deal. One day he'd take it to the store and drop it off. And Tony Pirelli used to kid him all the time. And he told us, stopped one day and he said, Sidney, somebody complaining about catching the crawfish in your milk bottle. He was accusing of dipping up out of the dish, filling up the bottles. He was running out of milk.
Imagine that would let you charge
He
words on
didn't
it.
love to Tony any more milk.
Did you want to say something else besides?
No, but I got a question to ask Noel if it's time to ask it.
Go ahead.
Who was with you that night when you hung that skeleton up in the old firehouse?
We borrowed that skeleton from Dr. Oriole. And so we used to get that skeleton every year and take it in the cemetery. So one year there, I was sick and I went and got that skeleton and they brought it up to my window and knocked on that window with it. So after that, I told them, I said, we better not fool with that skeleton anymore. So then, you know, everybody put candles on the grave for All Saints. So we'd go out there and look where they had the most candles. So we found a spot where they had plenty of candles and they had a cedar tree there. So Brother Joe and his wife, with those standing wreath, you know, they put a sheet over it and then threw the rope over there. So my wife and I, we got to have a cedar tree right over by the summer house. So we got behind that big tomb there, and I had a pair of my pajamas stuffed with moss. So they were back there lighting those candles, and Joe and them kept kept pulling that sheet up and down, and boy, you never heard so much screaming and hollering in your life. Boy, they come out there when it got to that cedar tree, I dropped their pajamas right in the middle of them, boy. Two of those girls just fell out there. And one of them was screaming and hollering, and the other one wasn't saying a word. I told Mom Reed, I said, good God, we killed him.
What they know?
No, I'm not gonna tell you.
No, I didn't ask you who was it with you when you hung that skeleton in the firehouse window? Across down there by the ballpark.
What a ball court,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, they had a skeleton in there when I was an altar boy.
Yeah, that's the one that Dr. Van Zandt put together.
They had one in there. There
Henry
was
found it.
Robert Walden. And there was Robert Mandevillians June.
I wasn't on that. When they come and all that stuff, I was.
After church, we just had to go take a peek at that skeleton hanging in that lock up there. And somehow, with break sticks, well, we got that, the one got the shortest stick was the one gonna open the door. You see, it was in that locker. And we'd crawl up them stairs easy, always looking back to see if the rest was with you, you know. And I was at the front, and when I pulled that door open like that, I wheeled to run. I like to go over them boys, all of us going down them stairs at one time. That was the thing that took place about every month. We had to go take a peek at that skeleton. And boy, you talk about, I don't know what, but it was Robert Walden, and I think Jules was in on that. And Gaspar Cachari, if I'm right.
Going upstairs, heading upstairs.
And we'd go up there and look at that skeleton. But you're talking about the skeleton, down at Missouri, the Skaven had one too. And she had a feeder, she'd ordered about 6 chickens, she'd order a sack of chicken eggs for 'em about once a month. And she told me to open that door and put it in the box, and then I opened that door and there was that skeleton. And the first time I saw it, it made me think about that. I wondered if it could have been the same skeleton that was hanging up in that old firehouse down there. You know. But evidently the doctors all must have had a skeleton. But that sure did scare me when I opened that door with that sack of feed on my shoulder. Now you tell us something, boy.
Well, I don't know much about it. I spent most of my time in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I didn't get mixed up on all that bunch there.
It was too bad, huh, Howard?
Yeah. I didn't have a lot of fun. We spent a lot of our time in New Orleans.
Horace wasn't over here when he was a real young boy.
I was born over here, but we moved.
That family was
Yeah, I lost out on a lot of old history.
Edgar, you talk about the skeleton. My daddy used to work for old Dr. Payne. Dr. Payne was the mayor, you know. And I went there one day. He said, "Oh, look in that box and see what's in there." I pulled that box open and, man, I went backwards.
All of them must have.
The skeleton? They use it for experimenting. Oh, somebody put it in there, use it for experimenting.
They call it, when we went to school, they called
God's
it
country, huh?
Hollywood skippers, stump jumping.
The Reno Hill ball game.
Yeah, we had a ball team named Reno Hill. Of course, then where Marquez is, the road used to slope way down. Now they cut it down a lot, made it level.
There used to be called Billy Goat Hill
Call
too,
us
huh?
Reno Hill.
I played with y'all for a while there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
We had one
all
ball,
of the Irish
baseball,
boys had a
and I hit a
team
home
up
run
there.
and lost the ball, and we had to quit.
Oh.
We never had no money to go buy
Yeah,
another
only had
one.
a big ball.
Yeah.
One thing about Tito, he could hit. He didn't strike out so much like other ones. I used to strike out plenty of times.
I believe Henry was the pitcher at that time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Then
and I worked around from one store to another. Finally, I couldn't get in, well, I was running the meat market for myself at the Lightway Grocery. And got so during the war, you couldn't get in decent meat. I skinned cows in the woods that died and looked better than what they sent
Oh,
me.
God, I was gonna say, you don't tell your soul.
So I quit once the shipyard.
I remember that name. Where was that highway road?
Right down the corner to 54 right now, we'll, that's right?
The pub, the country shop.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. I remember the name, but I couldn't place where it
I know
was.
Jay likes to go there when he's here.
Yeah, I remember when originally that was Sharp's Grocery. My daddy had built that little
Yeah.
store on the corner there.
And then Luke came in there.
I believe he sold it to Quincy Sharp, and then Quincy rented it to White Way. Oh, there were several different ones there.
Yeah.
No, Luke dipped at it in there when I graduated, when we finished high
That's
school.
before we moved back to Van.
Before you moved back. Yeah. He was head of,
When did you do?
restaurant and,
Mississippi.
what was that? Lou Smith, remember when he and?
Yeah.
When they say Luke
yeah,
Smith,
it
you're
was
talking about
in there
my
for a
I
while.
know.
Yeah.
I remember
He had a restaurant at B&L for a while too, Harold Lemons, and then Bojay had it there too for a while.
Yeah, that was
B&L.
White.
Was it red and white?
And then Shane had it.
Sam Willie was cutting the meat for Shane at that time.
Fritz, you told me something about your cousin Rosenthal. The old man Rosenthal. The one that had the printing press. I never did find out who that was through his
That was
printing
old
press.
man Sonny, wasn't it? Edgar?
That was Leon and them's dad.
That was the old,
Leon's dad that had
he's
that
the
printed
guy
press.
that they all got mad, and I mean, they threw the printing press in the bio. I never will forget that.
Well, who threw
Well,
it in?
they claimed that one of his sons did it.
Albert
One of his sons didn't want to work to do the printing that night, and there was an election coming up, and the old man insisted
That's right.
that he get that out, and instead, he went and got Caprietta's mule and wagon,
Yeah.
and hauled it to the
Old man
bayou
Lucas.
and threw it in the bayou.
Old man Lucas Pratt, I never will forget him either.
But
And that one head with a black ray
was in
on
on
his
that deal.
stocking.
the story I heard, a fella found out was somebody was going with somebody else's wife, and the old man Rosenthal found it out and was going to print it. And he told him, if you print that story, you'll never print another story. And I can't figure out who it is. The only one I can figure out that would be that way, I won't call his name. That's the true story.
That's the true
That was
story.
the true
Yeah,
story?
true
Okay,
story.
that sounds better than
That's more interesting.
Yeah, that's more interesting.
The only one I could, no, I won't call his name. This was only speculation that I figured.
Well, there's 2 or 3 tales they can print and some that they can't print. That's the way you gotta look at it. But the one I'm relating was printed in the Banner about 5 years ago. I never did know the true tale of it. I knew his printing press disappeared. But then I saw that in the Banner paper that the printing press was, his son, he insisted his son print them things coming out for an election. And his son, instead of, I can't imagine one of his sons doing something like that.
I like this other
That's what made
story.
that out of business. The one you relate to, that sounds more like what really happened.
Well, I know my daddy knew exactly where it was in the bayou.
Well, did they ever get it out?
Yeah.
Did they ever get it out?
I think Prieta got it out when they took that old bridge out.
Yeah,
didn't
that's right. And he put it in the city hall, when on Jefferson Street. Now, I'd like to know where it disappeared.
I'm getting ready to
from
say, where's that famous printing press?
there. I don't know where it's at. But that was the first printing press in St. Tammany Parish.
I believe.
Selling cat.
Mr. June?
Melba has a printing press in her house. I must ask, because that's the one,
Number,
Robinson.
this one, I saw it when he brought it out.
It was all rusted up, I can remember when they dug it up. too.
Out of the bayou.
Mr. Jules, you have a story?
Well, I think I spoke my piece, I believe, the last time. But that's Tito, I've been knowing Tito since I've been a youngster. Me and Tito boxed together
right across the street from Edgar Sharp's daddy when he run that store. I mean, you remember that? Huh? Yeah. He knocked the hell out of me out of there. And then I didn't get enough. I got in the ring with old Raymond Dix, and boy, he pulled it on me too. I said, well, I've been whipped. I got it twice. I never will forget that. But you laid me out. I never will forget it. Because you were a little older than me, but I mean, I could box pretty good. And then when I
It sounds like
old man Michel had all them boxes. You remember used to be down at the fire? Well, I used to spar with them, and then I went to V-Shacks, and I used to do a little sparring around with them guys. Oh, well, yeah, I believe was one of them, and they had a big dago. I never will forget him. I think he made something though after that. I don't. He got and what used to bring the V-Shacks, and go look,
They try to sit in the back of your head, Jules. Turn around so we can see you.
and he ended up dropping the bank and go. He must not think it's that funny fight. He robbed the bank and he went to prison.
Al Moran used to come to V-Shacks too.
Pedro used to box.
But I remember Peter, oh Lord, let's see, I come to Mandevillians in 1919, and I mean, that ain't been yesterday. When I went to church this morning, I got here's what gets me. I mean, you go to Mass on a Sunday morning, I see Cecile, and I mean, maybe no Rivers Galatas, and his wife Mimi, Vernon and Dolly. That's about it.
All the rest
And the doggone church would be packed to the door.
And used to, if you went to Mass and you found a stranger, you'd say, who is that person? Come out of church. Who's that new person in church?
Nice
You
for
don't know
all
anybody
five
in
of
there
us in
anymore.
church. That's what I always think back how nice it was when there were just the five people, you knew them all.
Well, it was a meeting place. After Mass was over, everybody come outside and stood there a half hour, and they left a few at a time. They don't do that so nice. When Mass lets out, boy, zoom. Hell, I mean, they run over you out there on Sunday morning.
Well, Jill, this is not old timey, this is new. They had another Mass on Sunday. So we went to the 9 o'clock Mass last week, thinking it wouldn't be so crowded. It was packed, it was standing. We said, well, we'll go to 10:30 Mass. Went to 10:30 Mass, it was packed, it was standing. Where are all these people coming from? Even an extra Mass didn't take care of it.
Well, Mary Queen of Peace, you can't get in there sometime either, so there you go.
But they added another Mass though.
Well,
Somebody told me that they closed the one out here. What is it? I think Our Lady.
not Mary Queen of Peace, my God, we got a great big, that's my church now. I don't go in Manville, I don't go in my mail and them. I can go
That's a highfalutin priest, that's a church
Oh,
out there.
they're
That's
wonderful,
just
they're
well
priests,
received.
they're wonderful.
highfalutin priest, our priest has got 4 limousines.
No, that's a horse with them go there. You got race horses, you got, wait,
And then a
race
convertible.
horses.
Man, you ought to go out there on America
I want to
Street
start
and see the
something.
garage.
All I know is that I helped build that church, helped build the school, now I'm building the church over here. It's fun.
I hear Father Donner don't have any. People call Bring Community does it himself to the sick.
Right, well, that's nice.
I think it's fair enough.
Yeah. I like him, and I like the other, they both pilots, that's why I like them. They used to fly, and they like me too, because they knew Cal used to fly. They talked to me, this guy over here, oh my God, I'm 35 years in Manville, and when he came, he didn't know who I was and where I came from, and I said, I don't know where I came from either.
Well, when you go to
He sent somebody out there for me to fill in, you know,
find
for a
somebody
donation,
over there
somebody
that's
said, they don't know
got
me
plenty
either.
money.
They got two.
That's right, yeah.
Queen of Peace is the other one, Father Donner.
This laptop? I don't know nothing much to talk about.
alligator rustling.
You ought to know something as long as you've been around here too.
Tell us about your biggest alligator you ever killed.
Well, I can tell a little tale about me and my friend Eddie Shaw. One day we went alligator hunting, and right in the back of Genevieve's house. And first thing we come across was napping turtle, and he starts stinking, you know. He's throwing his musk. Edgar says, "What you gonna do with that old stinking thing?" I said, "I'm gonna take him home and cook him." He said, "You better throw that old thing away." So the next day he come, we went alligator up towards the marsh, and we come in, we were pretty tired and hungry, and I said, Edgar, you want to eat some stewed chicken? He says, yeah. So he says, I wouldn't mind. So Hazel, for the good cook, she set out the dish, and I picked the chicken, the turtle's neck, because it was nice and white. And Edgar Sharp eat that, man, he enjoyed it, and I enjoyed mine. And when he got through, I says, how do you like the chicken, Edgar? He's, man, that was good. I said, that was a sink of turtle we caught.
Did he eat turtle ever since?
He went hot turtle under mayhaw trees ever since.
I was wanting to hear some of those stories about catching alligators. How'd you catch those alligators?
Oh, I'd jump on them and ride them like a cowboy. I'd sit up on a hill and dive on them and catch them, throw my knife out and kill them. Here's one of my partners, he can tell you something about it.
Yeah, but he might tell the truth about
What you told Edgar, said, Edgar, I'm getting kind of old now. You get this next one because I can't handle them anymore. Edgar said, when you quit handling them, we quit hunting alligators.
We went out one day and
There
we
was
barked
one
the
hole
horse.
in there. There was a hole in there, and he jumped around and he says, "There's a hole right here," and he started calling, and I saw the water coming on out like that, and he says, "You don't let his nose come out of the water. His eyes, you grab it before his eyes come out of the water, you know." And I seen that coming on out. It looked like the shape like that coming out. I was leaning over. He must have thought I was getting ready to grab him. I didn't know whether I was going to grab him or not. And he said, "Don't touch him, don't touch him, don't touch him." That thing was a big old gator coming out, and then from here to 2 feet over there. Good thing I didn't grab him.
Good thing he didn't grab you.
I wasn't trying to lose. When I seen him, he'd get in the hole and jump in that hole like that to coax the gator up, and he grunted and said, but I don't know when he knew, but I seen him snatch underneath the water like that and then throw his leg over it, and he had the pocket knife open in his mouth. And he was quick on it. He slipped that knife right in the back of the head and cut that thing right there. And he did it to nothing back, but I guess he'd been doing it since he was a little kid.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Edgar?
Hold on.
We got
What was the other guy's name? Joe Freitas, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was a
That
hit.
marsh,
That was an alligator catcher too.
there was so
Oh, you
much
can catch it.
grass in there. It was high, you couldn't wade through that alligator, that marsh grass, you know. And we went past the Lewis boys, got to the marsh, and he says, you know, there's some plenty big gators out in this hole, and it was hot, and we was getting ready to come home. And he says, you know, if this thing would point off, we could find them holes. And he struck a match, and I don't know whether he really intended like that, or it just messing around or what, but boy, zoom, that marsh went up. He says, let's get the hell out of here. We come on back home, and the game warden done went by there. Junior was a little
No,
fellow.
it wasn't a game warden, it was, I believe it was Smith. Wasn't he taking care of the fire tower?
No, it was the game warden.
No,
It was the game warden come there and asked Junior, where's your daddy? Junior said, he's up the alligator He wanted to kill Junior for telling that man he was alligator. Well, how did Charles know what to tell a man? He didn't know we done
Yeah, but you tell him all the gators we caught the next day.
Went back in there and hit the edge of that swamp. Buck flies, man, them things can bite. And the way we went in there, we went in with a pair of tennis shoes on, just pants and shirt. And you get the sweat in your clothes stick to it, and them buck flies can bite through that sweatshirt. And I carried a sack to put the hides in, and the hatchet. He carried a pole on his shoulder, and he carried a gun, the shotgun. And he'd be ahead of me. I had to follow him because he knew how to walk on that grass, keep from sinking. And then one of my legs would go through this much down in the mud, meadow, and nothing there. And he had enough to holler, are you coming, Edgar? Yeah, I'm coming. When we get into that Frosch. And he said, Rock, how many we gonna get today? I said, I don't know. 8. He said, 8? I said, yeah. Yeah, you say you can't carry them out. I said, if you get 8 of them, I'll carry them out. I don't remember how many we got that
We
day.
got 10 big ones.
We went in that swamp, and he skinned, I helped him skin, but he skinned a whole lot faster.
Oh, plenty of skin.
I was too slow.
They get
Still
plenty.
to the skin.
And got them gators out of there. And that's when I keep hollering at me with all that alligator hides on my back in that sack. And him all, you coming there? Oh, but you just saw it. I got in that grass and hit
They
one.
set them off somewhere, good money found their hides.
It kind of supported him a little bit. That's why we brought, Cliff give us $2 a foot for him, wasn't it?
Something like that. There was,
Let me tell you what I remember about the alligator business. Mr. John and Hazel. Hazel had a magazine. She was looking at it and looking at some alligator shoes. And Mr. John thought he didn't know anything about alligator shoes, so he went into Morris that night with his light. And he shined the big game. And he's straddling just like he's saying he does, and he fought him for an hour. And he says, by God, he's got me whipped. And he got back to the house, he told Hazel, he says, they can say what they want in that book, but that one I wrestled didn't have any shoes.
You know, that's a good one.
We was up in Big Branch there, and hunting these alligators, and there was a pair up on the bank fighting. So I didn't know what was going on. I shined that light up there, and both of them hit the water. So I told the girl, I said, let's go this way. Went that way, and I saw him. So I slipped up there, and I shot him. Well, when you shoot an alligator, he turns belly up, you know, and I just grabbed the front leg and back leg and put him on in the boat. I said, let's go back the other way now. And went back the other way and never could find him. So first thing you know, I heard something scratching in the boat. And I looked down, put that light down there. And all I did was scratch the back of his head off, stunned him. And I said, good God, here we are in a boat here with an 8-foot alligator. So I told him, I said, paddle up to the shoreline, paddle to the shoreline, and just show you what a person can do when they're scared. 16-foot skip, motor and him and everything, and I pulled that whole thing up on the shore. So I told him, I said, I'm going to make a double half hitch now and lay on his head. I said, you take the gun. I said, I'm going to raise his head up with the oar. I said, slip that double half hitch on there. But boy, when I did that, that alligator come out that boat. I went up that bank, the alligator went behind me. I went on one side of the tree and the alligator went on the other. And that Frenchman was right there. When that rope pulled me back, I put the light back there, man, that Frenchman shot that alligator. I'm telling you, I never saw us scared in my life.
we did the same, no, we did the same thing, asked Horace Broomfield about that. He'd like to turn us over in the swamp.
Small P-road though.
And we was in a small pirogue. Shot him and just crippled him. And man, he was doing some turning. He was about to sink us.
After that, every time I shot one, when I put him in the boat, buddy, I took that knife and cut him behind the head.
Yeah.
Piggy told me to shoot one time. He called it up, and I thought it was his eyes I was shooting.
He shot his nose.
Shot the chip into the nose, come up, I thought it was his eyes. I scored him. You messed up. You messed up. You'll never come out of that hole again. Never come out of that hole. You shot him in the nose. I said, no, I shot him in the eyes. He said, that was the nose. And he said he'll never come up. And he called a little while later. coming back up. He shot it that time.
Put it right.
I said, I was too quick on the trigger there, shooting him in the nose. The nose is the first thing comes up. I thought it was his eyes. And that,
We
that was a
were,
big gator too.
we was hunting them down there in the marsh and we shoved that pole down there. Well, we waited until the marsh got dry, you know, then
You
you
could
find
find the
that it
hole.
went to the hole. So we shoved that pole down there, didn't touch it, so we decided we were gonna tie 2 poles together now. So we tied the 2 poles together and hooked that alligator and went to pulling him up, the poles come up loose.
And let the other pole in the
Yeah,
hole.
Boyd said, I'll dive down that hole and get it. As he was diving down the hole, that big alligator passed him coming.
Miss Genevieve, you wanna tell us some story?
I don't think I have any like all these.
You ain't been alligator hunting lately, have
One thing I remember about the beach, we used to go crabbing and all when we were kids. And Iris and JD always made me shove the skiff while they would throw the cast net. And so I did the dirty work, but I know we'd come home sometimes with the whole skip load. I don't know how we got them home, the horse and wagon, but we got them there. Don't get them like that anymore.
Never see it again in your life.
No. You remember, I used to go with my twin sister and Aunt Jenny too. We'd go out there crabbing. He'd come home and tell us we weren't going to catch any crabs. He wanted us to get out that lake. We were catching his crabs. That's where we were. We listened to him and go home. And we found out he'd go around right where we passed. Still on. And he's still going to get his crabs today. So
Leo, you remember when they had the Blake Road all the way to Covington?
Huh?
My daddy made a mini trip with a horse and wagon up to Covington with a load of shrimp, with a little old dirt road, you know, the Lovers Lane Road? Sidney Smith
Ain't the boat.
called it Lovers Lane. That's where it got its name from, Lovers Lane. Sidney Smith said they had a pine tree like a U. Had broke off, you know, and it go like a U. And he said, that's Lovers Lane. And it stuck. Lovers Lane has been that name ever since.
The bus used to go that way.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we put a sign on the bridge.
Cross a little
Lovers
kissing
Lane,
ridge.
one on driver's stop.
He's the one that to give that street the name, Lovers Lane. Sidney Smith, y'all's brother.
Oh, brother.
Yeah,
Oh,
y'all's
But you know
brother.
your dad? Your dad.
I thought you were talking about my dad.
No, it was your brother.
Oh.
We used to go to Covington every Saturday evening.
Well, I tell you how far back that Lover's Lane name goes. Joseph Smith used to court Evelyn Spell. She lived in Chinchupa. And Joseph Smith used to leave Lewisburg walking to go court her at Chinchupa, Evelyn Spell.
Yeah.
And that was Lover's Lane because they used to walk to Lewisburg holding hands. And funny joke about that old man Joe never bought a pair of socks until he got married. That was the first pair of socks he ever put on when he got married. How true that was, I don't know. That was just hearsay. You know that. But that Lover's Lane, and you talk about that pine tree?
Yeah.
That was towards the other end. And
Back
come
to
up,
Chinchupa,
then
wasn't it?
did it like that, and then went up.
Yeah.
I remember that tree.
Lenny, do you have that article that I gave you out the paper about that railroad?
No, I didn't bring them
You
with
didn't
me,
bring
no.
it? Well, in that article, Ella, they had a name of a man, and he was still living, according to the paper, that lived, it sounded like in your old home.
In the, where the shadows were
Yeah. Who was that had it before?
Oh,
Your daddy, that,
I don't know what was the name of the people that had it before.
but he
But
said.
that old fella, a while back there, somebody told me they met him, and he said oh God, he's about 100 and some
He
years
must
old.
be. He
And
walked-
he said he was born in that house
Yeah.
over there.
And he used to walk from Chinchupa, where the institute
That must
was,
have been roasted.
to his house. He lived over here.
We didn't give him a chance. We wrote all out.
Before, at his daddy. And, but I can't remember what his name was. I'd never heard
I
of it
go
before.
book it there, but, you know, when you get 72.
Did y'all own that house before you moved over here to live?
Yeah, oh, yes, yes.
You don't know what
Daddy
he
bought
was.
that house in
Lenny has the paper.
1903.
And with his name in it.
And
It's
he-
an article in the
believe it or
papers
not, for
last
148
year.
acres.
Well, how, he didn't say how old he was when he lived in the house.
No.
He said he was gone.
That was before, the street was zoned, so it must have been way back there. But he's still living.
I wish I could think of his name, but his relatives, you remember when, right there, West Beach Grocery, they had a little bit of grocery?
Yeah.
Well, that man was, his family lived there for a while.
Weiss, yeah.
Yeah, well, but was his name Weiss?
Yeah.
Weiss, yeah, okay. Well, he was the one I'm talking about who lived in the, who was born in that house.
No, that's not, that wasn't the name Weiss, was it, Lenny? You remember the
No,
article?
no, I don't remember what it was.
It wasn't
Well,
Weiss.
my kids would go, well, this has been a long time ago, so it could be. He was 100 then, so I know he's not living now.
No, he was
Oh,
living in 91,
72.
when this article was written, came out in the paper last year. 92.
Father Minio bought
Never
the
seen that
Chinchuba
yet, right?
nephew property in 1898. Father Minio.
Bought it,
He bought
was
it,
donated?
he bought it to make the home for the nephews in 1898.
I thought the Spell family donated it.
No,
No, Spell didn't donate, he Spell sold it to
The orthodontists,
Well,
they
that was
give
one of the Spells, the Spells, didn't know that the Spell's daughter married somebody else, started with a P, the name started with a P. Purlier, I think it was. And that's well, it was still coming out of the Spell family, but Purlier, in other words, the Spell's son-in-law sold it to Father Minio.
It wasn't Poirier, they had the name spelled wrong, it's Poirier.
Yeah.
That was my grandfather, married Elizabeth Bowles.
In the book it's Purlier.
Yeah,
But
it's spelled 4 different ways at the church down there.
yeah, Purlier.
Well, I want to ask Eddie something. Do you remember the old priest that was there, had that big old long beard, looked like Santa Claus? When the kings,
Apostolic.
who? Well, I don't think that didn't ring a bell. But the king at the time, that was a Mr. King was there, and he took care of all the farm and stuff for the institute.
Yeah.
And they used to have a show every Sunday evening, because I remember when I was this big.
Oh, yeah, it was for the children.
Yeah. Oh, it's the funny thing, the nun went up there telling them all what was happening in sign language. I still learn that. And I know what it was. So